Welcome back. Former President Bill Clinton says our next guest is an amazing person with an important message. Boy, was that an understatement. Author Sean Stephenson wants you to get off your butt, but if you'll notice the spelling there, it's a very interesting play on words. It's more like, don't say, but I can't.
Or the yeah, but. It's the excuses, the fears, but what if I fail, and insecurities, but I'm not pretty enough, tall enough. Everyone has a butt in their life if they wanted to sit back on. Their B-U-T.
When you say you're not pretty enough, you're not tall enough, I mean, you have some physical challenges.
Sure.
You weren't supposed to live past 24 hours, and yet you just celebrated your 30th birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much. You have to have a course for your life that you set, and people are going to tell you all along the way, yeah, but you can't do that because, and that's where you have to get up off of your butt and take a stand for your life. And when you do that, your whole world changes.
And we should explain to our viewers, one of the things is you have a genetic disorder that causes you to have brittle bones. So you've had 200 breaks throughout your life. Growth has been stunted, so physically things are challenging, but yet you don't let those things stop you, and emotionally you never act like things are challenging.
Well, it's because I'm a realistic optimist. You know, I know that this is the body I have to live with, and I embrace it. And that's where the optimistic part comes in. I found that when you act like a victim and you say, yeah, I would have a great life, but then your dreams never come true. And so for the past 13 years, I've been a professional speaker, traveling the world, sharing this message that you really need to get up off of your butt, and here are the lessons. And that's why we wrote this book. About 3 years ago, I found the trend, which is all human beings that were playing small in life were stuck on their BUT. Their butt was huge. And we put together, by reverse engineering my life, what are the steps that it takes to get off of your butt? And that's why each chapter is a different step. And as a psychotherapist, I found that you actually have to have it backed by some clinical stuff so that you know that this isn't just happy, feel-good stories. It's actually real, based in science.
And what's interesting is I think it goes back to when you were about 10 years old on Halloween, something your mother said to you, and you talk about it in the book, but it's something that's so simple that we all can live by, just one simple question.
Sure. She said, is this going to be a gift, meaning my condition, or a burden in your life? And that was a profound, life-changing moment. Because everyone has a fracture in their life, fractures. Maybe they're not in their bone system. They could be in their finances, like we're experiencing with our economy right now, in our marriages, in raising our children, in our health. In all these different areas of our life, we can fracture. And my mom also taught me that suffering is a choice. Pain is inevitable. It will hit you. But suffering is an option. And in this book, we talk about how you do not need to suffer, how you can actually go out there and thrive in life.
What I love is that you have a lot of different catchphrases in here that I think are so simple to remember and yet mean so much. And I guess the one question I have is, how do you do it? How do you wake up every day and say, this is going to be a good day, and it's going to be a positive day? Because I think we all can learn from that.
Sure. Well, I have bad days. I'd say 90 to 95% of the time, my days are great. But I have days where I veer from my own message, and I pay the consequences, like all of us. But at the end of the day, I found that what you focus on determines how you feel. So you can either focus on what you want, which is, driving you forward, or what you don't have. And lastly, I find that you need to focus on what you already have, which is gratitude. I've never met somebody who is grateful that didn't want to get out of bed.
Well, Sean, I love the way you have lived your life in such a great way, and yet now you're helping all of the rest of us to, as you say, get off our butts. Stop saying it, and that's
Life
the name
is
of the
short.
book. It's called Get Off Your Butt. It is such a great read. It is so helpful to so many people. Thank you so much for being so positive and sharing that wonderful attitude with all of us. If you want to get a copy of the book, you can go to the website. Also read more about Sean. It's called timetostand.com. Or, of course, we always have a link on our website, WGNTV.com/midday. Thank you so much for being here.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Great. And we'll be right back.